Hey, it's your book hound coming at you with book reviews today. This is where we howl about the books that we love. As we say, if you like what you see here, I hope you'll subscribe. We got lots of great reviews coming out, special offers, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So today we're talking about Fatal Distraction by Diane Capri, the prolific and enterprising author who's got a ton of great books that I think she publishes herself, and my hat's off to her because she's making a lot of money, I think. Anyway. So Fatal Distraction is the second in a series of books featuring a character named Jess Kimball, who is a intrepid investigative reporter. And unfortunately, she's a woman with a tragic past. A decade earlier, her toddler son was kidnapped, and she never found out what happened to him. So, of course, she's never stopped looking for him, but she's carrying this around with her. And as a result of this experience, she's become a victims' rights advocate. She wants to make sure that crime victims are, getting justice for the wrongs that they have suffered. This work brings her into contact with the governor of her state of Florida. She lives in Florida, and the governor is a woman named Helen Sullivan. Sullivan is a former prosecutor who's now the governor. She's thinking of running for Senate. She's a very powerful, driven woman who also has a tragedy in her past. Several years earlier, her son was killed in a drunk driving accident, and at the funeral for her son, the father of another kid who was killed in the accident went berserk and started shooting everybody, including Sullivan's husband, who's had a stroke and he's been laid up. They have this sort of ranch in the country where he lives with his horses, and she's there some days in the governor's office, other days, but her husband is sort of a sad character. And the reason that Kimball and Sullivan are meeting is she's interviewing the governor about the execution of a child killer named Taylor, his execution is imminent, and the governor has to decide whether she's going to, stay his execution or let him get executed. And Sullivan doesn't believe in execution, but politically, as we've seen in recent American life, if she doesn't let this guy fry, then she's soft on crime and she won't win her a race for Senate and so forth. And so there's in the middle of this, and it sounds like a lot's going on in this book, right? There is. As she's interviewing Sullivan, there's an explosion. A bomb goes off outside the governor's mansion where there's this big anti-death penalty protest going on. And there's this very sleazy operator who's seized on the death penalty as his ticket to getting well known and getting powerful. And he's this kind of sketchy character, but very popular, kind of person you see on TV a lot, blabbing about the death penalty. So Kimball is suspicious of him, but she wants to get to the bottom of what really happened with this guy Taylor. Is he really guilty or not? And while this is happening, somebody attacks the governor's husband, sets fire to the barn at their ranch, and kills their prized horses. The husband is shot, ends up in a coma. And so what's happening is while Kimball is going after this mystery about what happened to Taylor, we have this parallel mystery of what happened at the barn, and the way Capri handles it is it's an open mystery. We see very quickly who the shooter is and who the arsonist is, but the governor and Kimball don't know, so we watch them trying to figure it out. And it is an effective mystery. It definitely keeps you going. There's a lot going on, as you can imagine. There's a lot of plotting. But Capri is good. She doesn't have too many characters. She keeps it pretty, as my old boss would say, she keeps the play on the stage. My only concern about this book is that almost every character, all the major characters have had this terrible tragedy, child loss. The governor, Kimball, Taylor, this accused child murderer who maybe isn't a child murderer. It's kind of heavy stuff. It's kind of heavy going for a book that's a mystery. It's so if you don't mind that kind of thing, it's fine. Otherwise, it kind of weighs on you if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. But otherwise, I'd check it out. It's a good read, like all Diane Capri books are.